Machiavelli wrote that 500 years ago. And today, most people still don't understand it. They think saving money makes them safe. They think hoarding cash is prudence. But safety is the biggest lie the system ever sold you. Because while you're protecting your money in a savings account, someone else is using theirs to buy your future. Most people hold tight to every dollar, afraid that if they spend it, they'll lose it forever. But that's the mindset of a servant. The master knows something darker. Money only multiplies when it moves. The rich don't hold their money, they deploy it. Every dollar they spend is a soldier sent to conquer more territory. Meanwhile, the poor keep their money locked in cages, thinking that's safety, but it's actually financial death. You were trained to fear loss. Since childhood, people told you, save your money, don't take risks, play it safe. They didn't realize they were programming you with the mindset of someone destined to serve. The master doesn't fear loss, he uses it. The master knows that the only way to gain real power is to exchange short-term comfort for long-term control. Every empire, every fortune, every dynasty was built by someone who spent when everyone else saved. Ask yourself this: why do billionaires invest millions into businesses, networks, and influence campaigns when they could easily live quietly with what they already have? It's because they know something you don't. Stagnation is decay. If your money isn't working, you're not growing, you're dying. And while you're waiting for the right time, someone else is using their money to buy what you're too scared to chase: freedom. Let me tell you a secret the rich will never teach you. Money hates stillness. It decays in silence. It grows only when it circulates through opportunity, risk, and movement. That's why the wealthy seem fearless when spending. They aren't spending, they're investing in power. Every move is calculated, every expense is a strategy. Poor people see spending as loss, rich people see it as leverage. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal 6 core principles that separate those who grow wealth from those who watch it decay. Each one is a blade that will cut through the lies you've been fed. And if you miss the last one, you'll finally understand why your money never worked for you. If you're ready to learn how money really works, comment below, Money in Motion. Let's begin.
Most people celebrate the day they hit their savings goal. They feel proud, secure, safe. But Machiavelli would look at that savings account and see a graveyard. Because money sitting still isn't safety, it's surrender. The system taught you to save because saving keeps you controllable. It keeps you small. It keeps you dependent. Here's what they don't tell you. Inflation is a silent thief. Every year your saved money loses value. While you think you're building security, the purchasing power of that cash is evaporating. You're not getting richer. You're getting poorer in slow motion. The system knows this. Banks know this. The wealthy know this. But they let you believe that saving is wisdom because it keeps you out of the game they're playing. Machiavelli wrote, "He who has relied least on fortune is established the strongest." But here's the twist. Fortune doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who act. The rich understand this instinctively. They don't rely on luck or safety. They create their own fortune by deploying capital strategically. They spend to build systems that generate more money while they sleep. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you have $1,000. You save it in a bank at 1% interest. In 10 years, you'll have about $1,100. But inflation averaged 3% per year. So in real terms, your money actually lost value. Now imagine someone else takes that same $1,000 and invests it in a skill: copywriting, sales, investing. Within months, that skill helps them earn $5,000 a month. In 10 years, they've made hundreds of thousands. Same starting point, completely different mindset. The difference is, one person protected their money, the other person protected their position. Because once you lose your position in the marketplace, no amount of savings will save you. You'll always be one bad decision away from starting over. Ask yourself this: how much opportunity have you lost by playing safe? How many years have you wasted waiting for the perfect moment that never came? Here's the psychology behind it. You were trained to fear loss more than you craved gain. Psychologists call it loss aversion. The average person would rather avoid losing $100 than risk gaining $1,000. And that's exactly why most people stay average. The rich flip the equation. They say, if I risk nothing, I gain nothing. If I lose, I'll recover. But if I win, I rise fast. That's the Machiavellian mindset. Calculated aggression over passive caution. But here's what most people miss. Not all spending is equal. And that's where the first core principle comes in.
Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." In other words, the fool hesitates, wastes time, and eventually does what the wise man already did. And when it comes to money, this principle is everything. Because spending and investing look the same to the untrained eye, but to the master, they're completely different. The poor spend to escape discomfort. They buy things that make them feel better for a moment. New clothes, entertainment, distractions. The rich spend to increase capability. They buy things that make them more dangerous in the marketplace. Skills, tools, access, information. Every dollar the rich spend is filtered through one brutal question. Will this make me stronger in the long run? Think about that. Every decision you make with money is either building power or draining it. There's no neutral ground. When you spend money on something that doesn't increase your capability, you're not just wasting that money, you're wasting the time it took to earn it and the opportunity cost of what that money could have become. That's 3 losses in one transaction. Here's a story that illustrates this perfectly. 2 men, both earning $50,000 a year. One spends $200 a month on streaming services, eating out, and impulse buys. The other spends $200 a month on online courses, books, and networking events. After 3 years, the first man is in the same place, maybe a little more entertained. The second man has doubled his income because he invested in skills that made him more valuable. The brutal truth most people can't accept is this: your financial future is determined not by how much you earn, but by what you do with what you earn. The rich understand this like it's law. Money is a tool, not a trophy. The moment you start treating money like something to protect instead of something to deploy, you've already lost the game. But there's a deeper layer here. It's not just about what you spend on, it's about how you think about spending. The poor ask, "Can I afford this?" The rich ask, "What will it cost me if I don't do it?" That single mindset shift separates those who grow from those who decay. Price is what you pay now. Cost is what you lose later, if you don't act. Let me give you an example. A $500 course on freelancing. The poor person says that's too expensive and tries to figure it out themselves. 2 years later, they're still stuck. The rich person buys the course, applies it immediately, and within 3 months is earning $5,000 a month. The lesson? Being cheap with money makes you expensive in time.
Machiavelli would tell you that fortune favors the bold, but more accurately, it favors the strategic. The difference between a gambler and a strategist is control. One throws money into chaos, the other directs it with purpose. And once you understand this distinction, you're ready for the next principle. Here's where the game gets serious. The poor buy comfort, the rich buy capability. It's that simple. You cannot grow if your money doesn't make you more dangerous in the marketplace. Every dollar you spend should increase your ability to earn more later. That's how empires are built, not by saving, but by transforming spending into skill and advantage. Machiavelli understood this. He wrote that men judge by appearances, but few experience reality. What he meant was this: capability creates perception. When you become more skilled, more knowledgeable, more connected, the world treats you differently. Doors open, opportunities appear, people seek you out. That's the power of capability. It changes how reality responds to you. Think about it like this. A man who saves $10,000 might feel smart for a moment, but that money just sits there, slowly dying. Another man uses that same $10,000 to learn sales, copywriting, or investing. A year later, he's making $10,000 a month because he used money to increase his capability. The difference? One played safe, the other played smart. The system doesn't reward hard work, it rewards usefulness. If your skills don't multiply your output, you stay stuck no matter how hard you try. That's why the rich treat education as a weapon. They spend thousands to learn from those already winning. They pay for access to rooms that filter out the noise. Because one good idea, one conversation, one insight can change the entire direction of your life. But most people hesitate. They tell themselves, I can learn it for free. Sure, you can, but time is the most expensive currency. Free information costs you years. Paid information costs you money and gives you speed. The rich buy speed. The poor buy time. One builds leverage, the other wastes it. I once knew someone who refused to spend $300 on a marketing course. They said it was too expensive. Instead, they spent 2 years trying to figure it out themselves. Meanwhile, another person bought the course, applied it, and within months was making $10,000 a month. The difference is brutal. Being cheap with money makes you expensive in time. Every time you refuse to invest in capability, you extend your struggle. And Machiavelli would tell you, fortune favors the man who moves fast, not reckless, but fast. Because opportunities don't last forever. They decay like fruit left untouched. And once they rot, all the potential they held is gone. So when you spend money, ask yourself one question. Does this make me more capable or just more comfortable? Because one leads to power, the other leads to weakness. The person who spends to grow becomes unstoppable. The one who spends to escape stays stuck forever. And once you've built capability, you need positioning. Now that you understand capability, let's talk about something even more powerful: precision.
The rich don't just buy things, they buy placement. They know that in life, who you stand next to matters more than how hard you work. Money can buy access, and access can buy influence, and influence, in turn, buys everything else. Machiavelli knew this better than anyone. He wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." But to be feared, to be respected, to be powerful, you need position. You need to be in rooms where decisions are made, not where opinions are shared. And getting into those rooms costs money. You can be the most skilled person in the world, but if no one sees you, you'll stay invisible. The rich understand that visibility creates opportunity. That's why they spend money to get into rooms where deals happen, not just where people talk. They don't waste time networking randomly. They buy their way into environments where power already circulates. Let me give you an example. A man once paid $10,000 to attend a private mastermind hosted by successful investors. To most people, that sounds insane. But at that event, he met a business partner who helped him make $500,000 within a year. Was that $10,000 an expense or an investment? The poor would call it wasteful. The rich call it leverage. That's how power works. You buy access to higher levels of the game. You position yourself near opportunity instead of waiting for it to find you. The poor wait for luck. The rich manufacture it. They spend to enter circles that multiply their influence. They understand that relationships built through money can outlast the money itself. Look at history. Kings didn't just build armies. They bought alliances. They used wealth to strengthen their position before the war even started. That's how they won. Before swords clashed, deals were made. Before battles began, influence was already generating results. Bought. The same game is being played today, only now it's done through investments, partnerships, and social capital. Ask yourself, where does your money go? Toward things that raise your status or things that make you feel good for a few hours? The poor spend on consumption. The rich spend on positioning. They'll spend $2,000 on travel if it puts them in a room with millionaires, but won't waste $200 on sneakers that make them look rich, because they know looking rich doesn't make you rich. Being seen by the right people does. But here's the dark truth. You'll never get access if you're scared to pay for it. The system is built to filter the broke-minded from the opportunity-minded. That's why most people never get inside. They can't handle the price. They think in scarcity, not strategy. They see doors as walls. But every door opens with the right payment. Not always in money, but in value, sacrifice, or boldness. Machiavelli would call this the art of controlled risk. Spend strategically to strengthen your position before making your next move. You don't enter the arena blind. You pay for information, alliances, and weapons. Then you strike. That's how power is built, quietly, deliberately, with money as your sword. And once you have position, you need leverage. Leverage is the hidden engine of every fortune. It's what allows one person to control the efforts of 1,000 without lifting a finger. It's what turns a single decision into a chain reaction of wealth. And here's the dark truth. Leverage always costs money. The poor avoid it, the rich buy it. Machiavelli understood this principle deeply. He wrote, "The wise ruler never swings his own sword when he can hire a soldier to do it." That's leverage. You don't fight every battle yourself. You pay to command the army. The same applies to money. Don't be the worker. Be the commander who directs capital and people to multiply your results. Leverage means using your money to multiply your output. It's how the rich escape the trap of trading time for income. They spend to build systems, hire talent, and use tools that work even while they sleep. A poor person tries to do everything themselves to save money, but that mindset keeps them small forever. A rich person asks, "How can I spend money to make 10 people work while I rest?" Think about it. If you make $50 an hour, but spend hours doing tasks someone else could do for $10, you're not saving. You're losing $40 every hour. The rich understand this math instinctively. They use money to buy time, focus, and scale. They delegate what doesn't matter and pour energy into what does. Every dollar they spend on leverage buys them back hours of power. Let me tell you a story. A man named Marcus started a small online business. At first, he did everything himself. Marketing, design, emails, customer service. He was exhausted and barely earning. One day, he decided to hire a virtual assistant for $400 a month. That decision doubled his income within weeks. Why? Because he freed his time to focus on sales and strategy. He spent money, but what he bought was momentum. That's leverage. The poor will call that wasteful. They'll say, "I'll just do it myself." But that's how the system traps you. It keeps you busy so you never build anything big. The rich understand that money exists to buy freedom from tasks that drain you. That's how they climb higher. They replace themselves in the system piece by piece until the machine runs without them. And here's what most people don't realize. Leverage isn't just about delegation. It's about tools, automation, systems, and influence. Anything that multiplies your reach without multiplying your effort. That's leverage. The question isn't, can I afford to delegate? It's, how much longer can I afford to do everything myself? Because while you're grinding alone, someone else is using leverage to scale 10 times faster. They're not smarter, they're not luckier, they're just strategic. They spent money to buy force multipliers, and once momentum builds, you can't catch them. That's the power of leverage. And once you have it, you need to protect your most valuable asset, time. Time is the only currency more valuable than money. The poor spend their lives trading it. The rich spend money to get more of it. They understand that every second has a price. Every delay, every hesitation, every "I'll do it later" is a cost you can't get back. Machiavelli wrote, "Fortune rewards those who move fast, not those who move recklessly." That's the key. Speed. The faster you move, the more opportunities you see. The world hides rewards from the slow. The reason the rich get richer isn't just luck. It's that they can move faster. They can decide faster. They can act faster. And they can recover faster from mistakes because they didn't waste their time hesitating. Poor people treat time like it's endless. They'll waste days trying to save a few dollars. They'll stand in line for hours to get a discount. They'll take the long route just to avoid paying a toll. The rich do the opposite. They'll spend money to move faster, to skip the line, to buy speed. Because they know that time, not cash, is the real treasure. Here's something few people understand. A man who values his time knows that money is renewable, but time is not. He can always make more money, but he can never make back a wasted year. That's why the rich spend aggressively to reclaim their time, hiring assistants, automating work, outsourcing what doesn't matter. Every purchase is a decision to buy hours of life back. I once met a consultant who charged $5,000 for a single session. When asked why his rate was so high, he said, "Because I can save you 5 years." That's how the rich think. They don't pay for information. They pay for acceleration. They pay for shortcuts that collapse time. And that's why they win, because while others crawl, they sprint. Ask yourself, how much time do you waste on things that don't grow you? How many hours vanish doing tasks you could easily delegate or automate? Every wasted hour is a piece of your potential gone forever. Every smart purchase that saves you time is a step toward freedom. And here's the Machiavellian truth. Control over time is control over power. The man who controls his time controls his future. The man who doesn't serves someone who does. So stop thinking of spending as loss. Start thinking of it as exchange. You're not losing money, you're trading it for something more valuable. Capability, position, leverage, time. And when you trade strategically, you get the ultimate prize, substitution. Here's where the game becomes cold. Substitution is the art of using money to replace what others depend on. The rich use it to make themselves irreplaceable, and everyone else replaceable. It's a silent form of dominance that most people never notice until it's too late. Machiavelli wrote, "A ruler who depends on others is never safe." In other words, dependence is weakness. But when you can substitute yourself, your business, or your influence into places others can't reach, you own the game. The poor depend on one source of income, one job, one client, one platform. The rich use money to build multiple paths. So when one fails, another rises. That's substitution, replacing weakness with options. Control comes from options, and options cost money. Let me give you an example. A content creator relying on one platform is vulnerable, but a smart creator spends money to build an email list, run ads, and distribute across multiple channels. So if one platform collapses, his empire stays intact. That's not luck, that's design.
The same principle applies to business, relationships, and power. A business owner who relies entirely on one supplier is weak, but if he spends to build 2 or 3 backups, he's untouchable. If one collapses, he substitutes instantly. He doesn't panic, he pivots. That's how powerful people stay calm during chaos, because they already paid for their escape routes. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. In modern terms, it means using money to build independence. You can't be controlled if you've already bought your alternatives. This principle doesn't just apply to systems, it applies to life. Spend to create substitution in your income, your influence, your skills. The poor depend on one paycheck. The rich build streams that feed them no matter what. The poor depend on one boss. The rich build networks that keep them employed even when the economy crashes. Substitution means power through replacement. And replacement costs money up front, but it buys peace forever. The moment you can replace your dependencies, you're free. So when you spend, think like a strategist. Every dollar should either buy leverage, time, or substitution. Those 3 together create total control. They make you unshakable. They make you dangerous. They make you sovereign. Here's a dark truth to sit with. Money exists to be used, not stored. Stored money feeds banks and governments. Used money feeds your empire. That's the real difference between slaves of the system and masters of it. The system teaches you to hoard, while it uses your hoarded money to expand itself. The rich flip the game. They use money to detach from the system entirely. You've just learned the 6 forbidden principles that Machiavelli would have taught about money if he were alive today. The lie of safety, the distinction between spending and investing, building capability, buying position, gaining leverage, buying time, and creating substitution. These aren't theories, they're weapons. And the question now is simple: will you use them? Machiavelli's final lesson is this: every move you make with money is either bringing you closer to checkmate or pushing you closer to defeat. Most people don't even realize they're playing. But once you understand this, you'll never look at spending the same way again. The goal isn't to be careful, it's to be calculated. The goal isn't to save, it's to spend strategically. The goal isn't to have money, it's to control what money gives you.
If you play this game well, you'll reach a point where your money doesn't just buy things, it buys power that multiplies itself. How many financial mistakes could you avoid if you applied just one of these principles this week? How different would your life look in 5 years if you mastered all 6? The system taught you to hoard. The master teaches you to deploy. The poor protect their money. The rich protect their position. And once you understand that distinction, everything changes. So here's my challenge. Choose one principle, apply it for 7 days, watch what changes, then come back and apply the next one. Because wealth isn't built through caution, it's built through calculated motion. Subscribe to this channel if you want more forbidden truths the system doesn't want you to know. Turn on notifications so you never miss a strategy. And comment below, "I deploy, not hoard," if you're ready to walk this path. Because in the end, Machiavelli knew the same truth the rich know today. The poor announce their plans and wonder why they fail. The wise move in silence and let their success do the talking. The choice is yours.